Okay.
Hey, I'm Matt Jones.
Anthony Futia.
And this is our video on Pokemon Go and their new update and new sponsorship stuff. All right, let's start with the
Starbucks
basics.
Pokemon Go Frappuccino.
Starbucks Pokemon Go Frappuccino.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far. So in the cool update that way, all Starbucks-owned American locations are now either Pokemon gyms or Pokestops. I haven't seen one that has been a gym. They've all been stops to me, but and all of them show this like Frappuccino cup with the Pokemon Go Frappuccino on it. But hey, over 7,000 more Pokestops that way. That's pretty cool. When you go in there, you can order. You can ask for the Pokemon Go Frappuccino. It's pretty good.
What flavor is it?
It's the easiest way to describe it. It's like a blackberry, raspberry creamsicle. It's got like cotton candy flavor in it, but that gives it kind of a cream to it. It's good though. We were talking to the Starbucks guys a couple minutes ago. Only weird thing is that, especially for if you're in like this hemisphere, it's cold now.
Exactly.
It is December, and you released a cold drink.
Luckily for like New Englanders, like
New
you and
Englanders,
me,
yeah, New Englanders like us.
we drink ice stuff in the winter anyway.
Cold stuff is doesn't matter. I will drink a Frappuccino. I will drink an iced coffee, ice cream, all that stuff. Doesn't matter time of year.
But yeah, they're a few months.
That is kind of weird. So like in like April, May, this would be awesome.
If they still have the drink by then.
If they still have the drink by then, we'll see. Or they may have something new by then. Who knows? I think that I think it'd be cool if they did like a team-based. They did a team-based one. Like say they did a Frappuccino for Team Mystic. Something cinnamon like chai or something for Team Valor, and maybe like an energy iced tea or something for Team Instinct. Or something like that. Who knows? Yeah. But anyway, it's pretty good. I recommend trying it. If you like blackberry raspberry, it's good. Plus, it's a free Pokestop and free Wi-Fi. So, hey, Starbucks, not so bad.
When they first announced this event, I thought there was going to be maybe like go to Starbucks and get an exclusive Pokemon.
I was kind of hoping that too.
But
so far, it's been, hey, look, there's a Pidgey and there's a
Rattata.
a Weedle, a Rattata. But hey, I'm sure if I lived in San Francisco where all the cool Pokemon live,
yeah,
I would actually be able to do something like that as well. But other than that, I haven't seen anything too amazing here at any of the stops I've been by, but it's a great place to get items. Like those, especially if you have to do like schoolwork or something, you're there for a while. It's like, oh hey, I can get hit at the stop every few seconds.
Yeah.
And then get it. The other partnership which just started a couple days ago, I haven't stopped any of the search yet, is apparently Sprint. All Sprint locations are now in the US are now Pokestops.
So it's just
and
like
gyms.
Starbucks promotion.
So just like Starbucks,
but no drink.
No drink for them. Cool things with the Sprint one is that now certain Sprint ones also have like charging stations. They will have Pokemon Go charging stations, so you can go in and charge your phone. They'll also be the same instances as gyms or Pokestops. I'm assuming the majority of them are going to be Pokestops versus gym because you're more likely to hang out at a Pokestop than a gym to keep getting items and whatnot. So It's a pretty cool promotion. I don't know if any cool Pokemon will show up that way. Maybe, like, oh, hey, it's Sprint. It's yellow. Maybe Kakuna will show up. Or Pikachu, or who knows, something.
Yeah, real cool.
Something, yeah, right? Oh, hey, look, here's your free Kakuna. Congratulations. Buy a cell phone and get a Kakuna. For me, it's, if you're a Sprint user, no offense, it's their way of making up for a Pokemon showing up later for a Sprint user in the same radar. Because I've gone out with a couple buddies, they have Sprint, and it's like, oh man, this awesome thing is on my radar. And they're like, where? And like 30 seconds later, oh, there it is, or it never showed up. So maybe it's their way of apologizing. Either way, it's still pretty cool.
If Sprint offered a Mewtwo with a free phone,
I would,
or free Mewtwo with a phone.
Free Mewtwo with phone. It's
would
like,
you do it?
Sorry Mewtwo, I love you a lot. I got plenty of you in my Pokemon bank waiting for the Sun and Moon update, but I don't need you that bad.
Exactly.
I like Mewtwo. I don't like Sprint as much. I haven't. It hasn't proven itself to me. I'd switch to Sprint maybe, but I'll stick with Verizon right now. Not that they're the best, but they're good enough for now.
Well, that's a different topic.
That's
for
a totally
day.
different. Anyway,
we finally got the Pokemon Generation 2 update, kind of.
Yeah. So their Niantic's announcement about more Pokemon happened yesterday. People were crying because they're like,
no, it's not all the Generation 2 Pokemon.
To be fair, they didn't promise anything more than we're talking about new Pokemon that are coming out. More they're going to be added, and they did add some.
Yeah, the baby Pokemon.
So far, the idea is that the baby Pokemon have shown up, or at least some of them have shown up so far.
Which is kind of like the anime, because
exactly,
Togepi first
Togepi showed up.
An egg.
You know, they had the egg way before the new games came out.
Yep.
And then other ones started showing up, like in the first movie, like Snubbull and Donphin and a few other ones. Meryl showed up in the anime movie. And if you remember, Ho-Oh was the first legendary Pokemon that Ash saw flying over, and everyone's like, "What's that Pokemon?" And it's like, it was a Ho-Oh. And,
it's a Pharaoh.
Yeah, right. It's like the legendary Pharaoh just flying over. The Pokemon you are sick of seeing.
But, I'm not too bummed about it. I'm still trying to complete the Pokédex first generation.
I still am myself. I have 143. I have 133 of 144 seen, or 143 seen. The only one that I have not seen that I can get in this region is Magmar.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm missing 10, not including the regional exclusives, not including, the other legendaries that haven't come out yet. The only thing is that somebody at a gym near me, or I saw a Mr. Mime somewhere. I don't remember seeing it. I figured I'd remember that, but no Mr. Mime. So my decks, at least until I go to Europe or someone from Europe comes back and trading eventually happens, because I'm not going to, ghost and cheat it out. I'll always have one above the always seen. But other than that, I got 10, and I got 6 that I can walk forever to get there. But then, I still need to see a Magmar. I need Lapras. I need Aerodactyl, Chansey. These ones you can get in the wild, but it's a lot harder to even find them.
So I'm hoping maybe by the end of winter we'll get the rest of Generation 2. Well, I'm hoping spring, because it is too cold to walk.
It is too cold to do tons of walking.
So go ahead.
No, go for it.
If you want to catch Pokemon, go get Pokemon Sun and Moon, because those games are amazing.
Those games are amazing, and because right now it is like 28 degrees out where we are, and we're sitting in a car drinking cold drinks for your entertainment. And it's really good, but it's cold out.
Yeah.
In that same instance, it's it's a little harder to get things at this time of year. I mean, I got a 10K egg last night after the update had it, and I've been trying to walk it to death because I would really like to see if I got anything. Because it'll be cool if I got an Elekid or if I got a Smoochum. I want a Magbay really bad so I can get a Magmar, and that's really where that one comes in. Pichu or any of those other guys would be cool, but I know they're in the lower count eggs. Because I think if it's Cleffa and Igglybuff are in 2K eggs. Pichu, Togepi
5K eggs
are 5K eggs, and then
Elekid,
Smoochum and Magbay are in 10K eggs. So that is the one. So one benefit that I see, especially with the release of Gen 2, there's the benefit and the drawback. The drawback is that there's more Pokemon to dilute what you need to find, so things may be harder that way. The only other good thing is, especially with certain ones like Baby Evolutions, is that with a Baby Evolution, it gives you, you catch the baby, you can eventually evolve it into the big one, even if you have to walk it till you get enough candies to get it. Like, I'm walking a Grimer right now all the way to 50 just so I can evolve it into a Muck, because I've only seen like one Grimer. But that'll make that easier. The only other downside is that if you don't have a lot of the other ones, and then you have to start dealing with all the Gen 2s showing up, that'll be harder to catch.
That's why we need trading.
We need trading. Trading will be good, but I think that'll probably happen. It sounds like Gen 2 is going to be coming out in waves.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep releasing more of Gen 2 as they go.
That's a good way to do it.
It's a cool way to do it. I understand, it makes sense, especially if they're trying to prolong people playing. You know, next couple weeks they add, you know, because they just added 8. I think they added or 7 or 8 new ones to this update with the eggs. And they said there may be others out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
If anyone's seen anything like that or not. But if they keep doing that every few weeks, if they did 10 a week, if they did 10 a week, that would take if it was all 100, which it wouldn't be, it'd take 10 weeks. But the legendaries are not going to show up yet, especially since the legendaries and the mythics for Gen 1 haven't shown up yet, so the legendaries and mythics are not going to show up for Gen 2 yet.
Maybe New Year's Eve.
Maybe New Year's, it'd be cool, right? Well, it's funny. You see on the commercial the whole thing with
the New York
Mewtwo, right? Downtown Times Square, New Year's Eve is a crazy time of year to be in New York. However, if you want a ton of cell phone people in the same room at the same time,
that's the place to do it.
That is probably the place to do it. So that's a thought that way of just something you could do that they could do that way. They still haven't mentioned anything about legendaries. I mean, who knows? They're obviously, a lot of people are saying, the game is dead. The game still makes $3 million a day.
Oh yeah,
a day. I mean, and that's.
I just spent $5 on.
I haven't spent any. I have spent
Pokeballs.
I have spent a penny. I've spent a penny.
Lucky.
Unfortunately, now at this point, I have to go out and shill out money to get incubators.
It's gonna get you eventually, man.
Stupid update.
Yep. They're gonna get you.
Though I've been playing since the day 1 in the US, and I will eventually give them money. And I don't feel too bad because I've gotten plenty of entertainment out of it. It is fun enough. I played at work. I played all other places like that. So I'll eventually give you guys money. It's fine, Pokemon. I just dropped all the money into Pokemon Sun and Moon. Which is it's so good. We can't just play Sun and Moon if you own a DS. If you don't own a DS, go buy one and play it. Or just to play, because the game is so good.
Really good.
The other thing with the update, the newest update, Santa Pikachu, or Pikachu hat Santa.
That's cool.
So this is pretty cool. So
I caught a Pikachu today with the Santa hat.
I've caught 3 so far, 1 at work, and then I just caught 2 out in the wild. But the night of the update, I walked into work and my buddy's like, "Hey, there's a Santa Pikachu over there." I'm like, no, whatever I'm doing, it's not important. I have to go find it. I have to catch it, and I did, luckily.
And if you evolve into Raichu, it still wears the hat.
It still wears the hat. Yep. If you evolve it into Raichu, it still wears the hat. It's obviously not as cute as Pikachu, but it still wears the hat, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The question is, when the update's over, if they'll still keep the hat. Niantic seems like it wants you to take a lot of pictures, so I know at my work there's a big Christmas display, so if I see another one on the radar at work, I will put it on the AR radar. I will walk over to the big Christmas display, and then I'll set it up so I can take a picture of it in front of the Christmas display.
Nice.
Which would be kind of cool that way.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it for major updates right now. I know people wanted more. I'm just excited that there's some new Pokemon to catch, that I have a couple extra things to get to make things easier, like catching Magmar. I still don't have a Magmar, but now I at least have another egg that can give me a guide that can eventually turn into a Magmar.
Yeah.
No word on the Hitmonchan, a baby Pokemon, but that'll probably be, I think they may still be trying to figure out how to
put that in.
The smartest thing would would just be to change the candy name over to just Hitmon.
Hitmon candy.
Yeah, just to Hitmons. Because that way it could cover all.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen enough of any of them to make it worth. There were a couple places by us that there was Hubbard Park.
Hubbard Park, they had the Hitmonchan.
And then Elizabeth Park had Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of them for a little while. Then those nests went away. But the one night I went down with my buddy to one of the places, there were 7 or 8 of them, and I caught them and I ground them up into candy, because that's true. Oh, speaking of grinding them up into candy, the new transfer tool over to the professor is way better now.
Oh, you can transfer
because now you can transfer multiples.
Good.
Yeah, those are the important things. The only other thing too to really consider is to think of the Pokemon that get evolutions in Gen 2 that you can catch in Gen 1.
Right.
So
you have a list.
I got a list of little ones that we can just go over real quick. just to be like, oh hey, hold on, I'm gonna hit this Pokestop real quick because see, there's the Starbucks logo thing, kind of. Ooh.
I would. But
yeah, I know.
Using my phone
we're using his phone, so I apologize, but
Thanks
yeah, so, but yeah, it shows the Frappuccino logo, all very nice, and oh hey, I got a super potion and a regular potion of Pokeball. So 1 for 3 of items of any value ain't too bad. So the big ones to look at first are obviously Eevee. Eevee gets 2 evolutions.
Espeon and Umbreon.
Espeon and Umbreon in this one. I have a ton of Eevee candies, and I have like 27 Eevees ready to go. But the question is it going to be random like the first one, or is it for a while they're going to do the thing where you can name it something like Sun or Moon, or like if I evolve it at nighttime, do I have a better chance of getting in on Umbreon, or daytime and Espeon? So I don't know what they're exactly going to do, but if not, I mean, other than that, it goes to a 1 in 5 possibility of getting the ones you want. And so I hope that with 30 probably by the time they even consider it, or more, that may be a possibility. Other ones after Onyx.
Onyx, yeah.
I've only ever seen 1 Onyx, but Steelix, it'll probably be a 50 candy evolution.
50 or 100.
Maybe 100. Usually seems like the second one seems to be 50.
Wait, Magikarp with Red Gyarados, 800 candies.
Yeah, oh man.
No, I'm kidding.
But shinies, we'll mention that after.
Yeah.
But Steelix, Steelix is another next one. Slowpoke gets Slowking. Who knows how that's going to work, if it's going to be like the Eevees and you could get one or the other, or if you have to be like, I don't know, standing on a rock, or wear a crown in your AR thing, and then that way you can get your Slowpoke to evolve into Slowking. But we'll see where that goes. But I mean, so probably I'd say at least 50 candies or more. Next would be Horsey. So Seadra
evolves into Kingdra.
Into Kingdra. So, but that one's a 3rd evolution, so that's probably 100 candy. So the more Horsey, the better that way. Chansey into Blissey. If you have a Chansey, great. If you have 50 plus candies on Chansey, that's even better.
Well,
that's gonna be harder. But that's the other question too. But that's not till Gen 3.
I was about to say there's
that's not till Gen 4.
Happiny or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Gen 4. Happiny is not till Gen 4. Yeah, Gen 4. So because Happy's not till Gen 4, who knows? But that could be either great or really awful. But that could also tell us too how far they're planning ahead.
Yeah.
Because if that becomes 101, now, man, that stinks that it costs 100 candies. But that means that they're already planning for Gen 4, which means they're probably just going to keep planning on. But we also know that they're possibly planning on going further because all of the Pokemon are their labels that they are for Gen 6. So everybody's Gen 6 type of adding Fairy type into all the other mixes. So Chansey, Oddish.
Oh, Gloom evolves into Blossom.
Gloom evolves into Blossom. Again,
that'll be
who knows?
Yeah.
Is it going to be this one or that one? Only problem with that one is that so unlike Slowpoke or Slowbro, that's only 1 evolution.
Yep.
This is on top. This is number 3.
Yeah.
So there's 100 candy evolution, but the question is it going to be random? Because that'll be awful, especially if it's 100 candy random evolution. Zubat to Crobat. There's plenty of Zubat. I have enough Zubats, I hope, for a Crobat at this point.
Yeah.
Unless they make like some absurd amount of candy to make a Crobat.
Probably be 100 candy.
Probably be 100 candy because it's the 3rd evolution. Scyther
into Scizor.
Into Scizor. That's probably gonna be a 50 candy because there's no extra evolution after that. At least it makes one of those like, oh hey, there's no extra evolution, but it makes it worth something. I have a ton of Scyther candies, so I'm not sure where that's gonna go. But and then Porygon into Porygon 2. I have 1 Porygon. I got a bunch of candies with them. I can walk them. You haven't seen one yet, but 5K, yay. Then again, just like Oddish, Poliwag into Politoed. It's a 3rd evolution, so probably 100 candy. Is it going to be random? I'm not there yet for candies for it. I got about halfway, but
yeah, that does it for.
That's pretty much the ones that way. But the question is, so then the other ones are the ones you get in eggs. can you evolve them into the other ones when you hit that point? Easy ones to find out are going to be ones like Elekid and Magmar, because Elekid and Magbay, because their second evolutions are already in Generation 1. So there's no reason you can't hit the level and then just level them up. Somebody online has probably already done it. Well done. I don't have that kind of money to spend into it. But it's still pretty cool anyway. And then, Togepi and all those others. There's a ton more coming in. Well, like, a tenth of a ton. So there's 100 coming in. But that'll be exciting that way. And then shinies. The game was looking is that it appears shiny forms, and then female male forms are showing up too. So that just means more to catch.
Great.
And a chance for shinies. But I mean, some people go nuts for shinies in the regular game.
Yeah.
And who knows what people are going to do looking for shinies. That means they're going to check like every Pokemon they ever see.
Or maybe there'll be like a separate dex for like shinies only.
Oh,
shiny Pokédex.
That'll be crazy. But that's what they're looking at right now. I think they've done some pretty cool stuff. I understand why people are mad. Again, yay, a bunch of new Pokemon are showing up for December. But it's cold. It is very cold out. Unless you're in like Florida or Southern California.
Yeah.
So yay, congratulations for San Francisco.
Yeah.
And
really.
The coolest place for us to find Pokemon where we are, there is a beach near us.
It's 20 degrees.
20 degrees there. And then that also doesn't include the wind and the water from the wind hitting you in the face. So we will go there again very soon, and it will be cold, but we won't go anywhere near as often as we've done prior because it's so cold. So it's an interesting event. I'm hoping that the randomness of getting these new Pokemon and eggs will be okay, just not like super low. So it's like, man, this is tough. But yeah, other than that, I mean, play Sun and Moon indoors. It's warm. It's warmer that way. We both finished the game. I loved it. I don't know how you feel, but
very good game. So we'll do another video.
We'll do a video on our like full blown thoughts. It'll be full of spoilers, and we'll mention that at the beginning of that one anyway.
Yep.
But until then, I think we're good here.
Yep.
I'm Matthew. See you later on.